Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today I want to go over every single offer in the game that you can get from the merchant and maybe even the angel. But first of all, the merchant, because you have to choose whether you're going to spend gold, whether you're going to spend gems. This is most important during the vault event because when you're farming versus, you want to know what you're going to do before it even pops up. But hey, if you're doing a lot of explore, a lot of delving or something outside of the vault event, you see the merchants, you get the angel. You might also want to know what I think about each and every offer. In the background here, I'm just playing the game normally. If you ever want to see like how I play the game normally, I just played the game normally for about 30 minutes, and that's what I got done. Almost everything for real. I mean, I should have done more. Like I had a little bit more PvP to do, a little bit more Underspire, so it probably would have went to the hour mark like I said in the other video. But yeah, let's go over every single merchant offer. I have the chart. I'll link it in. If you want to go over it with me, I'll link it. We'll link it in the comments or the description or something, and you can look at it too. But this is the gathered data on the forums. I think it was Nerdy Birdie, maybe. Shout out to them. I think it's them that collected the data. But yeah, let's go over every single one of them, and I'll let you know what I think about them. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody, depending on how many gems you got, depending on where you're at in the game. I'll try to mention that as I go through them. But I'm going to think about it as myself, but also as a beginner, also as a mid-game player. I'll try to think about it as if I'm everybody. But, all right, here we go. Merchant offers. The first little set is ingots. Ingots for gold. I feel we got 2 mythic ingots. The very first one is 2 mythic ingots for 100,000 gold. I feel like that one is a big pass pretty much every single time because you're going to be able to get orbs. I mean, how many weapons are you really needing to, like that bad to get 2 mythic ingots? Like, I think that's a big pass for almost everybody. 2 mythic ingots for 100,000 freaking gold. That's a lot of gold, and that's a very small amount of mythic ingots. So that one's a big pass for me, for pretty much everybody. All right, 5 legendary ingots. This is just every single offer the merchant. I'm starting with gold. And ingots here. All right, 5 legendary ingots is an offer you could receive from the merchant for 50,000 gold. I think that suffers from the same exact problem. Who cares that it's legendary or mythic ingots? It's only 5 of them, and it's still 50,000 gold. It's a big pass for me. There's never been a weapon that I've been so desperate to upgrade that I needed to spend 100,000 or 50,000 gold on it. 10 epic ingots for 20,000 gold. I still think the ingots are a big pass for pretty much everybody, especially me. If I see ingots, I never buy them. That's just me, but 10 epic ingots, once again, how much you gonna get, like 3 tempering with that? Like, it's not even that many. You got orbs in the game. You don't really have to upgrade weapons. Like, I get it if you're gonna do, like, I need kingdom upgrades, so I gotta upgrade a certain amount of weapons, and blah, 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 but by the time you're doing that, you're gonna have the ingots or the orbs. Just do more vault event and get more orbs, or finish all your guild events, like play the game normally the way you're supposed to, and you should never be lacking too many ingots. 10 ultra rare ingots for 4,000. Still think it's a big pass for pretty much everybody. My new account wouldn't do any of those. I can't recommend that for anybody. 4,000 isn't that much gold, and 10 ultra rare ingots maybe, but I don't like any of them. All right, moving into vault keys is the next section, or keys in general. It's actually just keys in general. All right, so the ingots, if you see them, skip them, pretty much. All right, so we're into keys now. 1 epic vault key for 360 gems. My opinion, that's a big skip. One of the best things you can get from an epic vault key is like 300 gems or 900 gems. You don't want to be spending gems on something where one of the best rewards is to get gems. So that's kind of stupid. That's like, I don't know, buying a $5 bill with a $10 bill or something like that. Stupid. All right, 1 vault key for 120 gems. Same thing. If you're opening a vault key, you're hoping for gems. At least I am. And it's one of the best things you can get from a vault key, so why would you spend 120 gems on 1 vault key that could potentially have nothing in it? Like the epic vault key, the vault key, both of them could have like a green orb or dirty naked picture of Cedric selfie. Like, that's not good. All right, we got 10,000 gold for 3 event keys. So we got the first one that I would actually do. 10,000 gold for 3 event keys is awesome. You should probably do it every single time you see it. I'm gonna do it every single time I see it. And 10,000 gold isn't that much even for a low-level player. Event keys are very precious and hard to get. So I think I would take that one pretty much every time I see it, unless I have, like, literally 0 gold. Or I'm about, like, oh, I got to do my guild requirements, and I have this, I only have 1,000 gold. Like, of course you won't be able to afford it. But, yeah, I think that one's a 99% of the time you should always get that 3 event keys. Unless it's up against something else. We'll try to, like, compare a couple, like, when I get done reading all of them, I'll try to, like, make some comparisons to give you an idea of where they stand, but, like, put them in order of the best to the least or something like that. But first of all, we're just going to go over all of them and what I think about each one of them. So 3 event keys. First one, I would say yes, get it. 10,000 gold for 3 event keys. Event keys cost, like, a lot of gems if you're going to open a chest. And if you don't have event keys and you go to open a chest, which I never recommend unless you're doing glory chest, think about how many gems that would cost. So 10,000 gold is nothing. You can get 3 event keys for 10,000 gold. That's a great deal. Do it. All right, 4 gem keys for 9,000 gold. Once again, great deal. I would do that every single time. You know, gem keys cost a lot of gems. Gold is easy. You can get 9,000 gold in like 2 fights. Like 4 gem keys, chance at mythics, chance at legendaries. Let's go. Do it. All right, 10 glory keys for 6,000 gold. Would definitely do it. Glory keys have a chance at legendaries, mythics. You can get gems. You can get trait stones. Glory keys are great. I would take it every single time. So event keys, gem keys, and glory keys for gold. You should do it every single time. Unless there's something way better on the other side, you know, like, of course. Alright, next up is Other, the Other section, starting with 1 Imperial Deed for 250 gems. This is the first one where I'm going to have trouble deciding, because 250 gems is quite a bit. 1 Imperial Deed is just 1 Imperial Deed, like, that's not a lot. It depends where you're at in the game, what you've done in the game, how many gems you got, how badly you need Imperial Deeds. For me, I don't need them that bad. I have 110 Imperial Deeds, and, like, as I'm leveling kingdoms, I'm replenishing somewhat my Imperial Deeds. Like, I'm focusing kingdoms down, so I'm never in need of more than, like, 30 or so Imperial Deeds at any one time for, like, months. So I don't feel like 1 Imperial Deed for 250 gems. Like, I haven't been doing it, but maybe one day I would. So, I don't know. That one's, like, up to you. Depends how many gems you got, how many Imperial Deeds you got, how badly you need Imperial Deeds compared to how badly you need gems. If you have, like, 1,000 gems, don't do it. If you know, set a basement on your gems and never go under it. Even if you see something you need, like if you set your basement at 1,000 gems, 2,500 gems, 5,000 gems, whatever your basement is, and never go under it, even if you see something amazing that you need, because 250 gems is quite a bit for 1 Imperial Deed. You know, I never did the level 16 on all kingdoms, so I have plenty of Imperial Deeds, and I don't think I'm ever gonna run out. Because of the pace of me leveling kingdoms is never going to, like, outmatch the pace of me getting Imperial Deeds, because it's going to be the other deeds, the other books that are going to be the problem, not the Imperial Deeds, at least for me. But I could see a person out there who would, and maybe I would one day. One of these days I'm going to get every single medal, every single deed I see. As soon as I get enough gems to do it, I'm going to do it, but right now I have to decide. And I would say I won't do that one, but I could see a person out there doing that one, yes. 3 of a colored deed. So this one would be 3 purple deeds, 3 green deeds, 3 red deeds, 3 whatever colored deeds. So for 150 gems, that one is the one most of us are looking for, you know? You want purple deeds to get your first magic kingdom to 20. You want green deeds to get your second magic kingdom to 20. You want some other colored deed because you already got your first purple, you already got your first 2 magic kingdoms to 20. So now you're working on something else. Like, usually you're looking for something, but you're not going to get every single color. You know, you're going to work on a color. So you're going to decide before you even start the Vault event, before you even start verse hunting. You know, you're going to decide beforehand. That way you know what you're going to do, and you don't waste time thinking about it. But most people, you're going to go for purple deeds. So if you see 3 purple deeds for 150 gems, you should probably get it. But once again, it does depend where you're at in the game, how many gems you got. Which kingdom are you working on? Are you working on Zal'Kari right now and you're actually working on green? Are you like me and you already have like 6, 7 kingdoms to 20 and you already got a few 20, 30s and now you're just grabbing, now I'm grabbing green and purple? You know, it's going to depend, but I say that's a good deal for most high-level players. I would say that. I do it. I do purple and green, but I don't do red, brown, yellow, blue. I'm not going to do every single one I see because that would drain your gems pretty quick. But I do pick specific colors and focus them, and if I see them, I grab them for 150 gems. All right, 3 Celestial Trait Stones for 60 gems. I've never done that one. I can see like a person getting into a bind and not having Celestials, but you know, if you're doing everything properly in the game, playing every event, playing every single player event, playing every guild event, being in a good guild, you know, doing everything you're supposed to do every day, not doing weird stuff, you should have Celestials, or you should be able to make them in the Soul Forge. So I usually don't buy that one. I don't think that's one you would buy consistently, at least. So I could see like a person out there who has 0 Celestials somehow because they're playing the game wrong, and maybe they would buy it to up some, you know, get some. But I would say most of the time, no, you don't do that one. All right, 50 Chaos Shards for 25 gems. That's a horrible no-no. Definitely don't do that. 25 gems, I would rather have 10 times out of 10 than 50 Chaos Shards. 50 Chaos Shards you can go get so easily in the underworld. Like one City of Thieves would give you that at least. All right, 200 Writs for 20,000 gold. I get that one every single time. That's I think that's 2 deeds, right? Is that 2 deeds? Pretty sure that's 2 deeds. So 20,000 gold. The other deeds were costing 150 gems. So this is 200 writs for 20,000 gold. 20,000 gold is really nothing once you get towards the end of the game. 200 writs is something. It's a couple deeds that you can, and writs you can put towards any color you want. It's kind of like shards in the Soul Forge that you can turn to diamonds or jewels or whatever. Writs are kind of like that. You can turn them to any color deed you want, and then you can use those deeds to turn into books. So I buy that one every single time. I mean, if you're a super duper beginner and you're just getting into offers, maybe you wouldn't spend 20,000 gold on 200 writs, but almost everybody should get that one, I would say. All right, 5 treasure maps for 5,000. This has been an auto skip for me forever, but I've just recently thought about maybe. Because treasure maps you can turn into vault keys in the Soul Forge. Of course, you're not going to do that till you're super in game. You've used every cursed rune on everything. You have Darksmith Drenza, you have the Angry Anvil, you have the Angry Anvil fully ascended, you have every single curse breaker weapon, you have your Soul Forge on 20. Like, you've done everything you can do with your cursed runes first. But then, like, with treasure maps, you can turn those treasure maps and cursed runes and, like, souls and something else. I think Celestials, maybe? You can actually craft a vault key with treasure maps. So I'm starting to think about maybe buying the treasure maps for 5,000 gold. I haven't done it yet, but it's, you know, it's getting there. I might do it. I might start doing it. We'll see. But that one, that's just an idea right now, but I think maybe I'll start doing that one. We'll see. When I see treasure maps, I throw up in my mouth, so I like pretty much automatically skip it. But if I actually sit there and think about it, I might start doing it. We'll see. That one's we'll see. If you're early game and you haven't got your Soul Forge on 20, you don't have Darksmith Drenza, you don't have Angry Anvil, you don't have all the Curse Breaker weapons, then just skip it. But if you're in game and you have every single thing you can ever get with cursed runes, and there's nothing else to ever do with them except for to make vault keys, maybe you would buy those treasure maps. Because the thing I'm running out of when I go to craft vault keys is treasure maps. It's not souls, it's not celestials, it's not cursed runes. I'm running out of treasure maps. It's not because I'm running them, it's because I'm turning them into vault keys. And I'm getting 15 vault keys here, 20 vault keys there, 10 vault keys here, 9 vault keys there, off of doing that. So I'd say, it's up to you on that one. Depends where you're at in the game. The cursed rune thing. Alright, 500 souls for 3,000 gold. That's another pretty much auto skip for me, but Tyrian Shark did make a good point. If you're super early in the game, where there's a very small window, when you're like level 20, or 15, or 25, or 30, or somewhere around there. Very small. It's only for a couple days, maybe a week, where you'll need souls. If you're doing it wisely, if you're doing souls wisely and not just up leveling every single troop you get every time you open, 50 chests, you only level the troops you're actually using. That's the smart thing to do. Then even if you need some troops for a guild event, you can leave them on level 1 and double up on sigils, triple up on sigils. Like, you don't have to level every single troop you get. I think that's a mistake people make. But 500 souls early game for 3,000 gold, probably, maybe. I did it like once or twice on my new account after Tyrion said that. But otherwise, pretty much 90-something% of the time, that's a bad one you're going to skip. 10 white pet food for 5,000 gold. I do that one every single time. I've never in my life ran out of pet food, at least not that I can remember. And that's from also playing the game properly. I do every pet, believe it or not. I do every pet, except for when it's the vault event. I get the epic trials all the way done. I do the holiday events. I do the Kingdom Pass. I do the Legends Reborn. I do everything I'm supposed to be doing. I do the faction. So I always have pet food, but I'm never going to have enough white pet food, and 5,000 gold is not that much, and 10 white pet food, I think it's worth it. I do it every single time, as long as there's not something on the other side that's super awesome, like 3 purple deeds or something. Alright, 10 of a color pet food for 2,500 gold. I do that one every single time too. I don't even look at how much of the pet food I have. I just assume I need it. I'm never going to have enough pet food. I always buy it for gold. You can't go farm pet food, okay? So you can go farm gold. You can go do your Tuesday faction event and get 200,000 gold. You can do a weekend faction event and get 500,000 gold. You can do the vault event and get thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of gold. You can't just go run around and farm pet food. So if you see something you can't farm for something you can farm, usually it's a good idea to buy it. So I would say yes, always buy the pet food every single time. Alright, we're into the next section. It's called Soul Forge. And why is it being like this? Alright, Soul Forge. So 30 Dragonite for 150 gems. This is what I say about this one. If you are not buying the dungeon offer every single day, then you should never buy this, because it's exactly the same. You know, the dungeon offer is 60 Dragonite for 300 gems. This offer here is 30 Dragonite for 150 gems. It's not a better deal. It's the same exact deal. So, if you're not buying the dungeon offer every single day, there's no reason for you to then go and start buying this one. So 30 Dragonite, really not that much anyway. You need 550 to open a Cosmic Egg. You need 2,000 to craft a dragon. Like, 30's nothing, and 150 gems is something. So, that's like 2 tiers in a guild event or something like that. So, yeah, I never do that one. The only time I've ever done that one is if I was already buying the dungeon offer. Like, I have 5 out of 6 dragons. I'm trying to hurry up and get some Dragonite so I can get the last dragon to craft Stellarix. Then, yeah, I'm going all in, getting every single Dragonite I can get. But that also means I'm buying the dungeon offer every day. So that's exactly what I would say. If you see the 30 Dragonite offer for 150 gems, just think to yourself, did I buy the dungeon offer today and yesterday and the day before and the day before? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and buy it. But if it's no, if you didn't buy it today and yesterday and you're not going to buy it, if you're going to buy it tomorrow, the next day, like, that's when you do it. All right, 10 cursed runes for 80 gems. I would say no. Eventually, you're going to have so many cursed runes, you're not going to know what to do with them. 10 cursed runes isn't going to do too much for you, even if you need them. And 80 gems, you know, is quite a bit for 10 cursed runes. 8 gems per 1 cursed rune. I would say no. Even if you think you need it. Like, I need cursed runes so I can get my Soul Forge to level 20. It's going to come. You'll be alright. You don't need 10 cursed runes for 80 gems. You don't need to speed that up by spending 80 gems. Alright, 10 diamonds for 65 gems. Probably same thing as the Dragonite. If you're buying the offer every day in the dungeon for diamonds, then maybe you buy that one for gems there. Maybe you spend 65 gems for 10 diamonds. But that sounds like a horrible deal, though. Like, 10 diamonds is nothing. You need 4,000 diamonds for a mythic. 65 gems is actually something. That's like at least 1 tier in a guild event. So it seems like a pretty bad deal, but like I said, if you're going all in on diamonds and you got a mythic that you're trying to craft in the Soul Forge that week, and you only got so much time, but that's a very specific person. So most people will skip that one, but if you're going all out balls to the wall for diamonds, then you're gonna do it anyway, whether I say to or not. All right, 500 shards for 2,500 gold. So that's a good one because shards can turn into diamonds. They can turn into jewels. You want to keep your shards as shards. Don't immediately convert them to diamonds because you might need certain colored jewels for certain weapons, for certain deeds, for certain other things. So make sure you don't like automatically transfer them. They're better just staying as shards. So they're more versatile. You can always do it. So I'd say always buy that one. Yes, unless it's up against something way better. But if you see 500 shards versus like 500 shards versus the 30 Dragonite for 150 gems, I would get the shards because I'm not buying Dragonite every single day. All right, I need to zoom out or something here. It's kind of weird. Zoom out. Why is it way down like that? Can't scroll. Why's it gotta be like that? Let me pause and figure this out. Alright, so this chart gets cut off at the bottom, so I had to go find another chart. But yeah, let's get back to it. Last thing I did was 500 shards for 2,500 gold, I'm pretty sure, which is a good deal, right? We got 5 tokens. Wait. Three tokens of Nisha for 500 gems. So that one is going to be, once again, super early game. That's what you want to save up your gems for real. So you're going to get your... You're going to decide whether or not you're going to get your Death Knight armor as soon as possible before you spend any other kind of money on the game. You want to get Death Knight armor. It's 100% extra experience, 100% extra gold, 100% extra souls. You want to get it as soon as possible because it is worth more the sooner you get it. It's $20, $19.99. It's like basically paying for the game. It's really smart. If you're going to spend any money, buy the Death Knight armor. But if you're trying to play free to play, your first 500 gems are going to go to the Dragon armor, the Celestial armor, and then after that, you save up your gems, and the only thing you buy, well, maybe not the only thing, but one of the main things you're going to buy is tokens, like Nisha tokens, get your global medals. That was the super fast way for me to get my globals on my new account playthrough recently. One thing that I learned, like that was the main way I was getting medals. It's no longer Explore 12. But 3 tokens of Nisha for 500. I think that's a super early game thing to do and a super late game thing to do. So if you have your globals, you would not do that because it's a lot of gems for just, one badge when you need 3 badges to make a Nisha medal. So you're not really going to want to gold elite mythics with the Nisha offers, but you want to get your globals with the Nisha offers. So depends where you're at in the game. Super early, super late, probably do that one, but all through the middle of the game, you would not do that one. I have to go to this other chart now to figure out what else is left. 3 tokens of Anu for 180 gems. You buy that one 3 times so you can get your 1 Medal of Anu. You only need 1 Medal of Anu for your global. So super early game, you're going to buy that one 3 times, but then pretty much never again until super late, like past where I'm at type of deal. When you need to like gold elite everything in the game eventually. Just super, super deep. Let's see if there's anything else I missed here. I'll try to let me pause and I'll double check. I think I got most of them there. I think there is one more like token offer for maybe Arania or something like that, and you would probably never do that one until very, very, very late game. Like I think it's like 90 gems. It's not on either chart, but I remember seeing it on a chart. But yeah, mostly you're gonna see Anu or Nisha. But if you see any other ones, in your other offers, like get them. There are other offers in the game, like your Kingdom offers, your offer little tab on the side. Like, get those until you have all your globals, at least. This is the Merchant and Angel offers. I'm not including, like, every single offer in the game in this video. The only things left, I think, are just treasure. Like a gold ring, a coin purse, a sacred treasure, that kind of stuff for the underworld. You do not want to get those. Those are not smart. You can get that stuff so easily. It's not even worth gold, really. And it's definitely not worth gems. So don't ever buy a sacred treasure for gems or even gold, really. So I think that's every single one of them. So we got the Angel, who is going to give you a gift. And the ones I see here, let's see if the other chart has all of them. The other one has more stuff. I'm having trouble here. I got 2 different charts, and they both kind of cut off at the bottom. Alright, so the Angel can give you a mythic ingot, 1 mythic ingot, 3 legendary ingots, 5 epic ingots, 5 ultra rare ingots, 1 epic vault key, 1 vault key, 5 event keys, 5 gem keys, 10 glory keys, 1 imperial deed, 1 celestial trait stone, 2 of a colored deed, 10 white pet food, 10 of any color pet food, 10 treasure maps, 25 chaos shards, 100 writs, 250 souls, 5 diamonds, 10 cursed runes, 15 dragonite, 250 shards it looks like, a token of Nisha, and it's cutting off on me, y'all. I wish I had a chart that had everything on it. I think it's a couple tokens of Anu and then maybe like some other token is all we're missing here. Man. But I think I pretty much hit everything. The only other thing left to talk about would be, like, in comparison, what should you get? And, some things are worth always going for, and some things are worth, like, never going for. So if you can figure that out, it's kind of like when you're doing the world event, like, okay, this one's worth the least, I'm never going to do this one. This one's worth the most, I'm always going to do this one. So If you're at the beginning of the game, 3 tokens of Nisha for gems, that's good. If you're in the super deep late game, you should do it too. 1 epic vault key for gems, you should never do that one. You know, there's any vault key you should never do because you're trying for gems from the vault keys. You know, ingots never do. Vault keys never do. Other keys always do. Imperial deed, case-to-case basis. I mean, I'm going over everything again, but I'm trying to look at the ones that you would always do and never do. So, I don't know. You can go back through it, but never do vault keys, never do ingots. Always do other keys. Deeds is going to be a case-to-case basis. Always do writs, I would say. Always do pet food. Dragonite case-to-case basis. Never do cursed runes. Never do diamonds, pretty much. Always do shards, but not chaos shards. Tokens, early game, late game. Talking about merchant offers again. So, you know, you're going to have to decide. Like, if something's versus something else, like, which one makes more sense for you? Like, if it's 200 writs versus, you know, 200 writs for 20,000 gold versus 1 epic vault key for 360 gems, you would take the 200 writs for 20,000 gold. Just because you think an epic vault key is better than 200 writs doesn't mean it's a better deal. You're spending gems on a vault key when you're hoping for gems from a vault key. So you would do the 200,000 for the, or the 20,000 for the 200 writs, you know? You should be able to figure it out. Like if it's 3 tokens of Nisha versus, you know, 3 event keys, that would be a hard one. It would depend. You know, are you super early game? Are you super late game? How many gems do you have? So, you know, it's hard to compare them, but you're just gonna have to do it for yourself. Try to think of it the way I said, like, figure out the ones you're never ever gonna do, which I went over every single one of them, and then figure out the ones you're always gonna do, and that'll take out some of the decision making for you. Decide what color deed you're gonna get, so you don't have to like sit there and decide. Yeah, all that good stuff. Angel is way easier because you're not having to spend anything. You just have to pick the better thing out of the 2 things. You know, with the angel, you're gonna want to grab, you know, ingots are poop, keys are good, imperial deeds are awesome. You know, pet food you would grab if it's something crappy on the other side. Writs are good, dragonite, diamonds, shards, tokens, stuff like that. You know, but that's pretty much it. I went over every single offer. I told you what I think about them. I went over every single angel gift. Told you what I think about them. And yeah, that's the video for today. I wish I would have had a better chart. I swear I brought up a better chart when I did it on a live stream the other day. But it is what it is. I'll try to link a good chart in the description, or both of these charts or something. But it seems to be all of them. And the reason you want to, you know, this is mostly for when you're hunting verses, because if you're not hunting verses, you could sit there forever and just decide between the 2, look stuff up, ask a person, leave it up on the screen, you know, do some calculations on a calculator, you know, that E equals MC squared in the background on the meme. You know, you could do that if you had to. But when it's during the vault event, you're trying to go as quickly as possible. You're hunting verses, and you're trying to get to your next gap. You're going to want to, like, hurry up and just decide as quickly as possible while you're firing off those 3 Iron Hawks or that Rowan or whatever. So know what you're going to do. Know what color deeds you're going to get. Know which ones you're going to pass on. Know which gold offers you're going to take. Usually you're going to take the gold offer when you're hunting verses. Because the gem offers, there's only so many that are worth getting for gems. So, like, you almost can't go wrong by taking the gold offer, even if you get something stupid that's not worth it. Like, the ingots ones are pretty dumb, though. Like, 100,000 gold for, like, 5 ingots is pretty stupid, so watch out for those. But if you accidentally get souls or accidentally get treasure maps, or, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But just don't be getting, like, the ingot ones. And then, like, the gold one is the one you're going to have to really decide on. Like, if it doesn't look good, just get the gold one, or pass totally. Sometimes I'll pass totally on the merchant. If it has, like, souls and then some crazy gem one, I'll just pass totally on it. If it's ingots and some stupid gem one, I'll pass totally. So you can feel free to pass totally on the merchant if you don't like either side. You don't always have to buy something. But the gold one is usually pretty safe to do unless it's ingots. And then the gem one, you're going to know like which ones you're getting and which ones you aren't getting. And you can't afford to be getting every single thing. So make sure you're keeping a basement sort of amount of gems that you're keeping. Like I recommend about 2,500 gems to never go below that. And when you have 2,500 gems, you actually have 0 gems. Like, keep that frame of mind, or, you know, just keep, like, if you have 1,000 gems, you actually have 0, because you're not allowed to go under that. Just don't ever run yourself to 0. So, I don't know. That's the video for today. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tier good about channel comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Let me know if I missed any, because these charts were kind of poop. They kind of cut off at the bottom, but I think I got them all. Let me know. Let me know what you think. If you disagree on anything I said, if I missed any offers, if you have any questions, put it in the comments, and I will be there. And I'll be streaming Friday morning for Bounty. Peace out.